payroll. We change lives and inspire true wealth, one person, one family, one business at a time. Shaw & Associates is a wealth management investment firm that specializes in taxes, serving as a fiduciary, putting your interests first. You can find more information or schedule an appointment by calling 530-674-1150 or on the web at shawassociatesinc.com. Shaw & Associates is proud to support community radio.
We're grateful for those that support community radio, including Shaw and Associates. If you'd like to be a supporter, just go to 93qradio.com, hit the donate button.
Yes.
How are you today?
I am fantastic. How are you, Fish?
I hit the wrong button. How do you like that?
Oh, no. Can you hear me now?
I can. Well, some mornings I'm just not quite awake, right?
It's Friday, Fish.
Yeah, no kidding. So I want to talk a little bit, Leanne.
Yes.
Hennessy.
Absolutely. That's
Gosh,
me.
I want to call you Hemsley, and I don't know why. Hennessy. So when you came in, the first thing I ask is, tell me the difference between OES and OEM. And so some people probably don't know. What is the Office of Emergency Management? What do you guys do?
Yeah, so...
Sit around, bake cookies?
Absolutely, yes. All day. Well, okay, so there's
in an emergency, you need a fresh baked cookie.
You do, absolutely. And a cup of milk to go with it.
Oh.
So there's really no difference between emergency management and emergency services in terms of our departments. And a lot of people don't understand what emergency management is. We are not first responders. Sometimes we do go on scene, and that's really just to understand what is going on.
Yeah.
How can we support? And that's really our mission, is to support our first responders and protect our community. And
that's easy. I mean, how
very
hard
easy.
can that be?
Yeah. But part of that, too, and it's more than just your fire and law, it has, like, the shelters, when you have an evacuation, or, public health emergencies, or helping the roads department, or supporting our IT, emergency information technology. So it's a lot more than just your basic fire and flood situations. Although there's that too. Don't worry.
Yeah. Anything can happen. I remember talking to a CHP officer, and you know it happens, but we all think, in the fog, a huge pileup, and you think about things like it. But he was talking about a truck turning over that didn't have hazardous material, but what it had covered the whole road, like tomatoes, right? Something like that, right? And so, I mean, all of a sudden, you got to respond to something, and so I think you're right, Leanne. We think fire and flood. Mm-hmm. We think fire and flood. Could we have an earthquake here?
Probable.
You know what I mean? And so you guys got to be looking down the road.
Absolutely. And what also goes into that, too, is the planning part. How are we ready for the hazardous material spills? Mm-hmm. Those impact our community. We think about all the things that impact our community. And kind of on that note, too, what we do is help with the planning side of things. So we're prepared when those things happen. We can't stop a natural disaster, right?
Yeah.
But what you can do is try to mitigate it or understand that it could come, and be prepared so that we can be there to support our community and support our first responders, and that's really our mission.
I know that I was, quote unquote, on duty during the Orville Dam incident, mm-hmm. and then they had a meeting, like an AAR after action report, where everybody came together, and it seemed like the big thing was evacuation. Can we handle that differently? And they went to work on that, and now we got Know Your Zone, and how do you get out? How does that get released? How do we communicate that? So you guys are very good at coming together and saying, hey, listen, if that happened, right? And that's mitigation, and you just recently had a meeting about that.
I did. We are updating our local hazard mitigation plan. It's a very complex, very technical plan. Sometimes hard to digest, but what we are really trying to do in this update to the plan is bring our community into it, because the only way that we can learn from past mistakes like the Orville Dam situation is if we hear, we get that feedback from our community, not just me making a decision or, people in our office or people in the government. We need to hear from our community too. And that's one thing that we are really striving to do is, come take our survey. It's 13 questions. It'll take maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 if you want to put a little more thought into it too. But it's simple, and we would really like to hear the feedback, good, bad, or ugly.
Yeah, you got to hear it all.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't address it if you don't hear it.
And if we don't know the problems are there, how are we able to address that too? Maybe there's things that we're not thinking of that everybody else sees on a daily basis.
Yeah, I went to both counties and asked for an MOU with them that in an emergency, 93Q would only broadcast things that could be vetted from the counties through OES. And my thinking behind that was the agency that can legitimately say this is an emergency is the Office of Emergency Services or management. And so I thought, okay, so if anything happened to me where I wasn't running this station anymore, we have an MOU, so this station will only broadcast that information to avoid confusion, because that happens, like with the Orville Dam. My cousin's uncle, roommate, sister's cousin's boyfriend told me the dam broke, right? And it's on Facebook, and everybody's like, ah, right? Yep. So the idea was that was part of what I looked at that happened. How do we make sure that we're not broadcasting things that are not, haven't already been evaluated, planned for, so that we're not part of the problem? That was the goal.
Yes, absolutely. And that kind of is one thing that we are looking for from our community is, to help us make a better plan for us. It's not just because we have to have it. Yes, it is it's required, but it's supposed to be a community plan, and that's what I really want to see it be. So the more feedback that I get, it just makes it that much better. We have a link
on. How do they do that? How does somebody, get a hold of you and say, "Hey, I'm thinking about this"? How does that work?
I was just going to say we're posting it on Facebook. We have it on our bepreparedsutter.org website. We got a link on our Facebook page. There's going to be another one coming soon. We have flyers all over Sutter County to kind of advertise this. And we also have another meeting coming up pretty soon in March, which we'll be announcing soon. That will also be posted on Facebook. We'll also have that on our website as well. So the public is more than welcome to come. We'd love to have your feedback.
I don't know who came up with Be Prepared Yuba and Be Prepared Sutter, but they deserve a $1,000 award.
They do.
It was brilliant. That was easy to remember. Easy, like if I'm concerned about any emergency and I live in Sutter County, I can go to Be Prepared Sutter County. If I'm not even thinking about an emergency, but I know that there could be one, why not go there? Find out what an evac plan is for my family. Find out what's in a go bag. Speaking of go bags.
We will have a go bag party in February, the 28th. It's going to be at Sutter Union High School from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we have the stuff we're putting in the bags is things that you're not typically thinking of. So we have, a little clear pouch for your documents. There's a multi-tool in case you have to turn off your water or gas. Rain ponchos, all kinds of those items that you just don't think about when you know you have to take action.
My go bag's ridiculous.
Well, I told you last time, even my dogs have a go bag.
How many dogs do you have?
I have two pugs.
Oh my gosh.
They even have their seatbelts. They have blankets. They've got little sweaters.
You are an animal lover. I mean, big time. I'm surprised you don't have horses.
Well, I would have more dogs, but I was told no.
I'm assuming it was your husband.
Yes.
And I'm going to speak to that right now. You're a smart man. We like you. We understand. Leanne might not, but us men get it.
Fish, you're supposed to be on my side here.
I am. I want the animals to be safe. But, Leanne, can you talk about that a little bit? Because I know, I can't remember which flood it was. I think it was in 97. They were talking about, it was a big deal, and I believe one of the sheriff's outfits were trying to. I remember announcing, here is a large animal rescue location. Here's a small animal one. And sometimes people don't think about their animals.
Yeah. Well, and you have to remember that they're part of family, right?
Yeah.
So when I'm packing a bag for 3 days, if I'm going to be gone for 3 days, I pack a bag for my dogs to have 3 days worth of. They don't necessarily need clothes, but food and water.
Oh, you don't dress your dogs, do you?
Sometimes they get cold.
Oh my gosh.
But you have to.
It's fine. I get it.
I was going to say, if it's raining outside and 30 degrees, you gotta think about them too.
Well, that's like all of a sudden, it's been that way for years, but they realized you cannot walk a dog across a parking lot in 100-degree weather. That parking lot's, you're burning their little feet. You know?
Yep.
And so, you have to think about the animals.
You do.
And so you guys have to be thinking to plan ahead for that. Whether it's flood or fire, it's like, what are we going to do even with the animals?
Yep.
How do they, all right, let's say that somebody can't make it February 28th between 10 and 1 out to Sutter Union High School for that go bag. Is that information on what should be in a go bag? Is that on the webpage?
Absolutely, it is.
Awesome, because then I'll be able to check and see.
Yep. And don't forget the first aid kit. Those are always important too.
Yeah, we call them ouch pouches. An ouch pouch.
I like that one.
Yeah, I own several of those. What can I say, man?
You speak from experience, Fish.
Yeah, no kidding. So you got another meeting coming up to talk about mitigation.
We
and
do.
the public is invited to that?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay, and so they came to the last one that you just had. Did that go well?
It went wonderful. We got a lot of information about what hazards that we face in Sutter County, and a lot hasn't really changed from our last plan. But we also got some really good information and new information that we were not aware of or didn't consider last time. So it was really nice to hear back from the community, and anyone's more than welcome to participate. If you can't participate in person, we also try to hold them online as well, virtually, so you can at least tune in and hear what the conversation is.
That way, if someone has something and they're thinking in an emergency, you guys didn't cover this, the last thing I saw, I can get that to you, and then you guys can go, yeah, that's exactly what we want to hear.
Yep.
It's sometimes we think, well, I don't want to complain. It's not a complaint if you're trying to make things safer, right? If you're aware of something and you think, well, next time they should have taken care of that. If you think they should have taken care of that, get to the meeting so they can take care of that.
Absolutely.
That would be my thinking. It's like, okay, what happened with that? Because there's things, I know that during the Orville Dam thing, there were things that came up. I never thought of that. I never thought, whoa, yeah, they got to take care of that.
And that's how we learn. And that's how we do better the next time, is getting that feedback. And even once this plan is already completely written, that doesn't have to be the end of the feedback.
Yes.
People can still, send us their whether it's a positive, a negative, just feedback in general. We'd love to hear it, because that's the only way that we can do better and be there to support our community.
If an ambulance pulls up and I'm going to take a ride in it, I want to know the people in there know what they're doing. It's the same with that life flight, right? It's like, I want to know that guy. So I got a chance to interview them at this last thing, both of them. Wonderful interview. And I just think I can't say enough about our Bi-County ambulance and Reach helicopters. But also, I was a chaplain for Yuba City PD, what the PD and fire have to do. So I expect them to know what they're doing. At the same time, you guys are a support network for all of that.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, okay, so somebody's...
Yeah. So we manage grants to help, supply the equipment, the supplies that they need. The new technology too. Let's test it. Let's see what works. Let's see what doesn't work. Does it fit our needs? Does it not? So we're really there to help kind of support in the preparation of when the next emergency happens, we are ready.
All right, one last question, Leanne.
Yes.
It's not about your little doggies, okay? Those are easy to answer, right?
Yes.
And that is, all right, I go to the webpage, I started to say, pray you, Sutter. I don't think that's it, but sometimes that is it, Be prepared, Sutter, right?
Yes.
I go there. Let's say that I'm looking, but I can't find what I'm looking for, information on it. What would be my next step? Is there literally a way to contact somebody on there?
Yeah, absolutely. On the homepage, there's our phone number to our office, but there's also a little button you can click to send us an email.
Man, that's easy.
Very easy.
You guys make it too easy.
We try.
Yeah, I'm going to have to think about getting a dog and then clothing. There should be a doggy clothing store in town.
Well, if you go online, you can buy matching ones. I can't say I didn't do that.
Listen, all kidding aside, I appreciate what emergency management does. I appreciate the things I've gone to on both sides of the river, Yuba County and Sutter County, that the things that you guys do, these trying to, like the free go bag, you're constantly looking out for the community. And sometimes people can say, well, what do they do for us? An amazing amount, but you really have to go to the event. You have to go and see it.
Absolutely.
When they have an event, go and you get a chance to talk to you guys about anything that can happen in an emergency. For those of you that are concerned about your families, it's a great opportunity to go to these events. Go to the webpage. Go to Be Prepared, Sutter. Go and find out. And that way, when it happens, you'll already have what you need.
Absolutely. And we appreciate you, Fish.
Oh, thanks. Don't forget the go bag for the doggies either. It's like, God.
Yes.
Thanks, Lee.
This community interview
Fish.
is made possible by Shaw and Associates.
I'm Dave Shaw, President and CEO of Shaw and Associates. For over 70 years, Shaw and Associates has been your trusted